Welcome to Tea with Pastor T. That's me, where I answer your questions about living a Christian lifestyle as a young adult in this modern age. Today, we'll be answering questions on relationships with people. You know there will always be relationship questions anywhere you have young adults. So let's get to it. At work, a guy told me to join his religion, Hinduism. How should I reply in a way that won't sound so bad? This is amazing. I love this question. One thing we have to remember as children of God is that obviously Jesus Christ died for the entire world and he wishes that everybody will come to salvation to him. And we have a role to play in that, so much so that the last thing Jesus said was send us out to say, preach the gospel, tell people about me. And you also want to remember that two main things Jesus Christ said. If you don't remember any of those commandments in the Old Testament, remember these two. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. And the second, it says, it's like it. You should love your neighbor the same way as you love yourself. Obviously based on you loving the Lord your God first. So it's really important that even if you're going to say no, it should be done in a loving way. So you can say something like, oh, I'm actually a Christian and I have a church that I go to. It's a vibrant community. I actually really love it. They're like family. I'm hoping you go to church, right? Right? Okay. Yeah. You tell them that, like, I actually really love it there. But, tell me a little bit more about like Hinduism. I'm not really sure I know too much about it. So you don't have to go to a Hindu temple, to build that relationship, to build that friendship with them, to begin to show love and share the love of God with them through your words, through your character, through you, again, just caring about their life and asking them questions. And obviously continue to just show love to that person, continue to talk to them, like don't avoid them, right? And if they, again, respect your the same way you respect their decisions, they can also respect yours to say, you know what, it's cool that you don't want to come. But that should also not stop you from inviting them. If you feel like the Holy Spirit is saying, you know what, why don't you invite this person to something at your church? Yeah, totally invite them. And again, give them that benefit of the doubt for them to either accept or reject. Okay? All right. So the second question is, this person is asking, why do I feel good whenever I'm alone than when I'm with people? Does that mean I'm an introvert? So there's something I wrote here I'm going to read out. It is important to note that temperament classification is a human idea. And as with anything human, there's always room for errors or inconsistencies. So being introverted or extroverted is not an absolute. So just because you feel good when you're by yourself than when you're with others doesn't maybe automatically mean you're an introvert. That said, it's possible that introverted people, and it does occur, introverted people just feel drained after a while having conversations with people, or they overthink it so much because it feels like, oh my gosh, I'm about to do a lot of work, especially in like networking situations, or maybe at your church, like you have to say hi to your neighbor and you're just like, ugh, right? So it's possible that happens, but the truth is, for extroverts, it happens too sometimes. Like there's sometimes where you just want to sit alone with your thoughts and you're just really not in the mood to talk to people. I would say though, if maybe you're seeing that is happening often, where you would rather be alone by yourself than talk to friends or than talk to people, then you should definitely check that out, right? Like you want to make sure that you're not, maybe you're not struggling with some social issues, like social skills, because we can't live without people. We'll have to relate with people. God made us to be relational. God made us so we can relate with him, right? So it's a good thing to relate with others, but just know also that sometimes when you just need to catch your breath, it's fine as well. All right. What's the next one? Okay. The next question says, do we only have casual relationships and friendships without our souls being involved? This is a very interesting one. Do we only have casual relationships and friendships without our souls being involved? Oh, I see. I was trying to really understand the question there. I think anything that gets your emotions in, because as you know, your emotions, your will, and your intellect, they live in your soul or housed in your soul. So anything that requires your emotion or your intellect or your will definitely would be doing, like it would require your soul to participate in it. So in human interactions, whether casual or non-casual, our soul is involved in it, be it obviously when you're having conversations with people, you're using your intellect. when you're making decisions, saying, oh no, I'm going to come, or yes, I'm not going to come, you're using your will again, decision making, right? So I think sometimes we tend to kind of over deep this idea of like soul and all of that stuff. Like, don't think of it as like, oh, anytime I have a casual friendship, I have to be soul tied. Like, no, it's not that deep, right? So maybe to answer your question, do we only have casual relationships and friendships without our souls being involved? I would say technically not. Any interaction you have with people involves your soul. And that's all the questions we have for relationships with people. I hope we've answered your questions. If you have questions still, you can send it through our QR code that is displayed on the screen or through the link that is pinned in the comment section. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just hit that subscribe button to see what we get up to during the week on our socials, either on TikTok or on Instagram. You can follow us at thebuilders.church. And if you're a little bit more curious to see what I get up to on my Instagram, you can follow me on @TolesCreates. Again, it's on the screen. Or if you need more tips, like you're a young adult leader and you want to learn how to build and cultivate a young adult ministry or community like the Builders Church, you can follow me on Manifest Hub, where I help young adults and young adult leaders build and cultivate a young adult community. Thank you so much. Until next time. Bye. Hello everyone, my name is Tolu. I pastor the Builders Church, a young adults church of Jesus House Scarborough, located in Ontario, Canada. If you live in the Greater Toronto area and are looking for a vibrant community of young believers, you should totally check us out.